I never thought I could see the day when a car priced less than an iPhone would shake the very foundations of the global auto industry. But here we are. In 2025, a $10,000 Chinese electric vehicle didn't just enter the market, it crashed through the front door, took a seat at the head of the table, and stared Tesla dead in the eye. And the world is watching. What's coming next may flip the entire EV industry on its head. It started quietly in the dusty ports of Brazil, in the crowded cities of Europe, and now, deep inside American policy chambers, cars like the BYD Seagull, Leitmotor, Tonaltiga, and Wuling Bingo were small, sleek, and deadly cheap. As they rolled off ships in growing numbers, Tesla's silence felt louder than ever. Their flashy investor calls didn't mention the onslaught. Their headlines focused on full self-driving, but the world's working class, they were test-driving EVs cheaper than used gas cars. For years, we believed the EV future would be premium, sleek, fast, minimalist. Tesla was the North Star. But somewhere in Shenzhen, Guangzhou, and Hangzhou, a different future was being designed, one made not for Silicon Valley billionaires, but for ordinary people. In the UK, Tesla's registrations fell over 35% in 12 months. At the same time, BYD's surged over 400%. In Germany, where engineering pride runs deep, Chinese EVs now occupy dealership floors next to Mercedes and Audi, and they're not collecting dust. They're vanishing one test drive at a time. I visited a London EV dealer. Rows of BYD Dolphins, priced under £20,000, came with features the Model 3 didn't have, even at twice the price: heated steering wheels, full ADAS, 360-degree cameras. One dealer told me, people walk in wanting Tesla, they leave with China. And every time that happens, Tesla loses more than a sale. It loses relevance. In Brazil, the ports are overwhelmed. Dock workers now handle more Chinese EVs than any other vehicle class. It's no longer a niche, it's a flood. Wuling EVs, Cherries, compact EQ1, and even newer unknowns like Zika are claiming space on crowded Brazilian roads. The cars are quiet, but their presence deafening. Local brands can't keep up. Workers at long-standing factories are protesting. They know what's coming. The quiet takeover. In Indonesia, Chinese EVs are being assembled locally under joint ventures. In India, BYD is offering EV buses to governments and Seagulls to consumers. And in Vietnam, VinFast is racing to defend its turf. Ironically, using the same price war tactics China perfected years ago. This isn't just a car story anymore. It's a geopolitical standoff disguised as an innovation race. So, how are they doing this? How can China build an EV for $10,000 while Tesla struggles to go below $39,000? The answer lies in a supply chain that was built, not discovered. From lithium mines in Zimbabwe to cobalt in Congo, China secured resources before the West even knew they were needed. Then came CATL and BYD's own battery production arms manufacturing. Lithium iron phosphate batteries at scale. Lower energy density, sure, but safer, cheaper, and perfect for daily commutes. Meanwhile, the interiors of these vehicles, once thought to be cheap and clunky, are now minimalist, digital, and, dare I say, beautiful. Brands like NIO, XPeng, and Ato are blending Apple-style interfaces with AI-powered cockpits, smart assistants, over-the-air updates, facial recognition to unlock the car. It's all there, and it costs less than Tesla's base model. Then there's state support. While the US passed the Inflation Reduction Act and Europe bickered over diesel bans, China quietly funneled over $230 billion in direct subsidies, land grants, and R&D credits into its EV ecosystem. The result? An unstoppable machine. Not just cars, but a national ambition. But here's the twist. They're not just exporting EVs anymore. They're exporting entire ecosystems. In Hungary, BYD is building its first European factory. In Mexico, assembly lines are being laid out. In India, they've struck deals to produce locally. In Indonesia, joint ventures are launching every So even if Europe or the US block imports or raise tariffs, it no longer matters. These cars will be made in EU, made in Mexico. Suddenly, they're local. The tariffs obsolete, and the price war just beginning. Meanwhile, Western automakers are stuck in what one analyst calls EV limbo, too expensive to compete with. China, too slow to out-innovate Tesla, and too scared to pivot. GM killed off the Chevy Bolt, their only affordable EV. Ford delayed its new EV platform again. Even Volkswagen, who once bragged about its ID lineup, is now quietly revising production. Targets downward. They're not ready. And the Chinese know it. So where does that leave Tesla? Ironically, the company that disrupted Detroit is now being disrupted itself. Tesla's gigafactories are powerful, but they weren't built for sub-$20,000 cars. Musk says he's planning a model to around $25,000. But dates keep slipping. Investors keep asking, and China keeps selling. BYD's Seagull has already sold over 1.2 million units in under a year. The car offers a real-world range of 250 kilometers, fast charging, digital cockpit, and gets 5-star safety ratings, all for $9,800 USD equivalent. No joke. And let's talk battery tech again. CATL has started producing sodium-ion batteries. These don't require lithium or cobalt, they're cheaper to make. And they're perfect for low-range, high-volume vehicles. BYD is already testing them in taxis. Next stop, global fleets. While Tesla pushes toward autonomy and robotics, China is betting on scale, affordability, and accessibility. And the numbers show it's working. I've watched Tesla rise from nothing. I remember the first Roadster, the unveiling of the Model S, the Model 3 production hell, and the glory of breaking through it. But what if this is Tesla's first real war, not against Ford, not against GM, but against an idea? The idea that electric mobility should be cheap and everywhere? This isn't the end for Tesla, but it might be the end of Tesla's monopoly on imagination. When the masses dream of owning an EV now, they're not just dreaming of Teslas, they're Googling BYD, watching Neo reviews, clicking ads for the Wuling Mini EV. The story is shifting. And so is the crown. The $10,000 EV is not a gimmick, it's real. It's being sold across 4 continents. It's redefining middle-class transportation. And it's just the beginning. With AI integration, over-the-air software, ride-sharing optimization, and real-time diagnostics, these cars may not just be affordable. They may be smarter to dot in the near future. Imagine this: a $9,000 EV with voice control, solar charging roof, vehicle to grid capability, and 0 local emissions. It's built in your country. It's serviced in your neighborhood. It fits in your budget, and it might just be the last car you ever need. So when we talk about EV wars, we're not just talking about technology. We're talking about ideology. Tesla made us believe in a clean, electric future. But China is making it happen for everyone, and in that quiet revolution, in cities you've never heard of, in showrooms you'll never visit, the future is arriving. One $10,000 EV at a time.